Hey guys, and welcome on in to another episode, Picks on Net, Four Nations Picks and Predictions. I'm your host, Terry Edelman, at TU Picks on Twitter, ready to break down the Saturday slate. We've got two games to go over. Previous the other days, we had one game each day. Now we've got two games here on Saturday, and then two games on Monday to go over here on the Four Nations tournament. Taking a look back at Thursday's game, swept the board again. Another sweep, 7-0 in the Four Nations tournament so far. It's just been a phenomenal start for me personally. United States -1.5 cashed a nice winner there. Yes, it was a bit of a close game throughout until the third period. The United States just completely took over the game in the third period. One of the reasons why the United States had such a great game was Matthew Tkachuk. We cashed his anytime goal plus 275. Not only that, he scored two goals yesterday. I didn't release it on the show. I posted in a group chat that I was in, but I had this gut feeling throughout the day that Tkachuk was going to score two. So I cashed in a plus 2,500 for Tkachuk to score two goals. And then Matthew Tkachuk over half a point, Jack Eichel over half a point, a full unit play there for me on that one, plus 112. A nice winner there again. So fantastic 7-0 start. And we're going to try to keep it going here. Two games to go over on Saturday. And I've got 9 plays so far locked in with a couple same game parlays coming tomorrow. So check out my Capper Tech where I'll post a couple of them for free, and then a couple of them will be premium plays for the same game parlays tomorrow. I'm glad you're doing the show today. Friday night shows are always great. Thanks, Timothy. Yeah, I'm doing them a little bit earlier too here. Why wait a few hours until tonight? My plays are locked in. I might as well break down these games and give people an opportunity to bet games early. Of course, we could see a lot of line movement as well. So I want to get everything done now. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. I always look forward to your videos. Thanks, Steve. I appreciate that. Thanks for the comment. As we start here, if you guys are new, make sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button. If you guys are watching on Twitter, come join us over in the YouTube channel. So talk about the first game starting at 1 p.m. Eastern, which is going to be between Team Finland and Team Sweden here in this matchup. Now, the lines, of course, can change. We're live right now, 4:30 p.m. Eastern on Friday. So these lines can change, but this is current, up to date on what the lines look at like right now. I believe some first lines are considered second lines, some D pairs. The pairs are the same. It's just who's the first and second pair seems to have changed on daily Faceoff, but that doesn't really matter too much. A lot of these lines are going to see equal amount of time. So Team Finland pretty much sticking with the same lines here. They are not changing anything, actually. All the lines are staying the same except the starting goaltender. UC Saros will be the backup here. Kevin Lankinen getting the start here for Team Finland. So they will change goaltenders and see if that will help the situation. I don't blame UC Saros for the loss against the U.S. The United States just completely dominated that third period. Team Finland played well, and UC Saros played well overall until that third period. So I don't really blame him too much, but the coach said after a 6-1 loss, something had to change. So they're going with Kevin Lankinen here in this game. Team Sweden is staying exactly the same. Lines aren't changing. Goaltenders aren't changing. Everything is staying the same here for Team Sweden. I told you guys, watch out for that Eriksson Ek, Raymond, Bratt line. And of course, they had a big night in the game against Canada. So I will give out my picks here now for this game as we've just broken down these two lineups. First off, for me, not going to be a surprise. Give me Jesper Bratt over half a point, plus 100 at DraftKings, which is still available right now for Jesper Bratt, just to get a point here in this game. Of course, he's on an 8-game assist streak if you go back before, obviously, the tournament. You could go with the assist a little at bigger plus money, but I'm going to happily take the point prop at plus 100 for Jesper Bratt. This game here between Sweden and Finland, I've not pulled the trigger on the under, but this game has the feeling of a 2-1, maybe 2-0, 3-1 type of game. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game overall. So that's why Jesper Bratt, I don't expect him to have a 3-point day here. So I'm not going to play around with goal, assist, or assist and point. I'm just going to stick with the point for Jesper Bratt. And yes, of course, I have to take Joel Eriksson Ek. Anytime goal here, plus 400. So a full unit play on the Jesper Bratt point, 0.3 unit play for Joel Eriksson Ek to score in this game. Beautiful, beautiful pass by Jesper Bratt to Eriksson Ek to score that goal on Wednesday night. It was just a beautiful pass by Jesper Bratt. And something that should have kind of dawned on me, but didn't. Wild players. All of the wild players in the Four Nations tournament have played exceptionally well in both games. So, of course, here when Team Sweden played Team Canada, Philip Gustafsson kept Sweden in that game, made some incredible saves. Joel Eriksson Ek and Jonas Brodin both scored goals. And then we'll talk about the other guys. Or actually, I'll mention them now, obviously. Matt Boldy had a 2-point night, and Brock Faber had an assist for Team USA. If you guys have watched Picks on Net throughout the season, this year or last year, you've heard me talk about Minnesota's domination over the Montreal Canadiens. And what I'm kind of thinking here is maybe it's not so much Minnesota's domination over the Montreal Canadiens. Obviously, that's been like 19 games going back like almost 10 years now. Obviously, that has something to do with it, but maybe they just like playing hockey in Montreal because we've seen the Wild team play so well in Montreal. And now in the Four Nations tournament, we've seen all these Wild players just play excellent hockey throughout this tournament. So I don't think, obviously, that's the full reason why they're all playing well. But I think it is a factor here. The Wild players like to play in this building. So give me Joel Eriksson Ek, plus 400 to score here. Jesper Bratt over half a point. I feel like I should probably do something with Lucas Raymond here in this game. I'm not going to. Adrian Kempe, you can get him for plus 100 to get a point at DraftKings. I think that's a great look. He scored a nice goal for Team Sweden. I was going to be looking at Philip Forsberg props facing UC Saros, but obviously UC Saros isn't going to be in net. Obviously, Lankinen did play for Nashville as well, but I was more looking at that Forsberg versus Saros because obviously they know each other so well. So that's something I was going to look at. Obviously, that's not the case. So for me, Eriksson Ek, goal, Jesper Bratt point, and I would look at Adrian Kempe too in this game. I think he is a good game. Not taking Jonas Brodin anytime goal. I don't think he scores again here in this game. But let's just quickly see what we're looking at. Let's see here. Jonas Brodin to score is plus 1,400 at DraftKings. I'm not sure some other spots. So obviously great value there. I wouldn't talk you guys off it, but it's not something I'm betting here in this game. Holy Kachuk brothers last night. Yes, we will be discussing them here in a few minutes. Less than that. Thanks for the info, Terry. Go USA, go Wild. Yeah, John, the Wild have just played exceptionally well in this tournament. It's been noticeable. Even by non-Wild fans are noticing the Wild's dominance. Go Wild. Yes, Olaf, go. Go Wild. I was thinking the same thing about the Wild players playing in Montreal. Yeah, there's something to it. There's something to it. It's not just me just coming up with something here. There's something to this because we've seen every single Wild player get a point, except Philip Gustafsson. Who knows? Maybe Gustafsson gets a goal here. He scored, obviously, for the Wild this season, so maybe he gets a goal here in this game, but not something I'm looking at. Kempe 8-1 to lead the team in goals. Interesting. We'll have to see. Hoping Joel Eriksson gives him a run for his money there. But moving on to the second game here, and I didn't really mention the odds here in this one, which I should have done at the beginning, I guess. Sweden's around minus 210 favorites. The total's at 5.5. I'm looking at FanDuel's odds here. And as I said, I do think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I don't know if I want to bet an under, though. I just don't know if I'm there yet. But I do think this is a low-scoring game. And I think Sweden wins, but minus 210 is not much you can do there. I wouldn't go in regulation or on the puck line. So maybe Sweden money line is a parlay piece, but not getting involved there when it comes to the side of the total. Now we'll go on to Team USA. We'll take a brief look at their roster here, and then take a look at Team Canada's roster. So obviously these lines are not confirmed again. This is how the lines finished the night for Team USA. Obviously, when the game started, there were different lines, but this is how things finished. Mainly the big changes here. Obviously, the Gensel, Matthews, Jack Hughes line stayed the same throughout the game. What we saw happen is Kyle Connor get demoted from the first line to the fourth line. Brady Tkachuk got moved from the third line to the top line. Dylan Larkin moved to the third line from the fourth line. So Larkin, Miller, Boldy there in the third. Gensel, Matthews, Hughes, and Tkachuk, Eichel, and Tkachuk. And if you watch the game, as I did, of course, you really noticed things changed when they put the Tkachuk brothers together. And when the lines first came out, when the tournament started, I was shocked the Tkachuk brothers weren't together. I thought that was a total mistake. And Mike Sullivan fixed that mistake there during the game yesterday. I don't expect them to break up that line. I would be hugely shocked with how well they played and how important this game is for the coaches to make any changes there. When it comes to the defense, Brock Faber moved up to the second D pair. Adam Fox moved down. No confirmed goalies here for this game, but come on. Unless Connor Hellebuck is sick or injured, Hellebuck will start this game here against Team Canada. Speaking about Team Canada, no changes really, or a couple changes here. So Crosby moved from center to left wing, no big deal there. The top line is scheduled to stay the same here in practice. What we saw happen is Marchand get moved down to the fourth line. Sam Bennett comes into the lineup for Travis Konechny, and then we saw Braden Point move up to the line with Cirelli and Hagel. So Cirelli, Hagel, Point, 3 Tampa Bay Lightning players. You know the chemistry will be there for those guys. Obviously, when it comes to defense, with Shea Theodore missing time, and apparently it sounds like he's going to be ready before the playoffs start. So just around playoff time. So who knows what the Vegas Golden Knights decide to do, but that's something we'll talk about on Picks on Net shows here in the future. Travis Sanheim comes in for Shea Theodore. Cale Makar has an illness. He did not practice today. So his status is to be determined. Mike Sullivan says that the coach for Canada says that he believes he'll play. Cooper says he'd be shocked if he doesn't play. So I expect Cale Makar to play. If he does not, Thomas Harley will come into the lineup. And then I'd be surprised to see Binnington not start this game. I would start Aiden Hill if I was the coach of Canada, but I'm not. So Jordan Binnington probably starts this game. Looking at plays here in this game. Start off with the draw. Plus 320, a three-way regulation tie, a 0.3 unit play on the plus 320 here for the draw. It's Team Canada, it's Team USA. This just has the makings of a draw. Obviously, if you look at the odds in this game, minus 110 each way for both teams. We're seeing 6.5s here in this one. So the books expect this to be a close game. I expect this to be a close game. So give me the draw, plus 320 here in this one. I do have a side play, which is available on CapperTech. So you can get that over there. Link is in the description below. My next play, give me a full unit play on Matthew Tkachuk, anytime goal, plus 330 here in this game. I'll switch back to US while we talked about the US players, US props. Obviously, Matthew Tkachuk was on a goal streak before this tournament. He had scored in 7 of his last 8 games prior to the tournament. What did he do? He scored 2 goals there last night and had a huge game. He was quoted as saying, I thought about this game for 9 years, and that's facing Team Canada. Matthew Tkachuk, before this tournament started, was also quoted saying that every game is a game 7 in this tournament, and we saw him play with that attitude the whole game yesterday when these teams faced each other. So I don't expect his attitude to change here. And obviously his stick has been so hot as we've continued to bet him. So give me a full unit play on Matthew Tkachuk anytime goal, plus 330. Plus 330 for Matthew Tkachuk anytime goal, which I got at BetMGM. That's just an unreal price. Shocking price here in this game. But if I'm going to mention Matthew, I have to mention Brady as well. Give me Brady Tkachuk anytime goal. Full unit play there as well. Plus 400 for Brady Tkachuk to score. He scored against Florida in the last game before the break, obviously facing his brother. Scored 2 goals against Finland last night. 5 shots in the game. He's been shooting the puck a ton. He was quoted as saying, this is going to be the biggest game that I've ever played in my career, as he's yet to play in a playoff game. I expect both Tkachuk brothers to come to play here in this game. Brady Tkachuk, anytime goal, plus 400, which is just absolutely insane at that price. And then you guys know I got to do it. Give me Matthew Boldy, anytime goal, 0.3 unit play on Boldy to score in this game. He's plus 400 to score in this game. We saw him score, obviously, in the last game. A nice tip from Brock Faber. And then Boldy scored 2 goals in the final game before the tournament started. So he's got a hot stick as well the last couple games. We'll take him anytime goal here in this one. For Team Canada, I'm going to, of course, be on Sidney Crosby and Nathan McKinnon, both over half a point. Once again, I've not pulled the trigger on that. I haven't done either of my same game parlays. I was looking at FanDuel. Don't do it on FanDuel. If you have access to DraftKings, bear with me. Crosby to get a point and McKinnon to get a point is plus 106. So it's plus money at DraftKings for Crosby, McKinnon, both to get a point, which obviously took less than a minute to cash in the last game. So I like it here once again here in this one. Other looks here, Mark Stone obviously plays on the same line with those guys. He's plus 115 to get a point. Zach Werenski for USA, he's plus 110 to get a point. He's a good look. Brady Tkachuk, who obviously we just talked about for plus 400. If you just want to take him for a point, plus 100. Jake Gensel, who had a beautiful goal with Austin Matthews line, he's minus 110 to get a point. Matthew Tkachuk, minus 120. Sam Reinhart, minus 125. There is a lot of good players that I just mentioned that are minus 125 or better to get a point. So lots of good choices there in this game. I do think we get a high-scoring game. And as I said, I think we get the draw. So my prediction here is going to be 4-4. I think it's 4-4 going to overtime. Maybe we get 3-3, but I do think it's a high-scoring game here in this one. Going to the chat, as I just did a whole bunch of talking. So we'll go to the chat here. Werenski, over half an assist, plus 158. Great odds there. Great odds there. What did he have? 3? Yeah, 3 assists in game 1. So great luck. Boldy plus 410. Beautiful. Beautiful. Adams, Digest. Adam is in. How's it going, Adam? Werenski wagon. Yeah, you were talking about Werenski for sure. And 3 assists. What a great game for him. So Kaepernick plays. Obviously, I said I have a side in this game. I also have 2 player props that I did not give out on the show. And then I'll have some same game parlays tomorrow as well, being locked and loaded. So you can get those plays on Kaepernick. Link is in the description below. If you guys like the show, make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button if you guys are new. Or if you guys like the show. Got Stone anytime goal plus 350. Great odds there as well. Great odds there. Obviously, he scored in the first game. I would look at him more for a point, just because McKinnon, obviously, and Crosby, I could see them not hogging the puck, but yeah, I could see either of them scoring too. So I would look at him for a point, but great odds there, a plus 350. That is the show. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys. If the odds are out this early again, then most likely a show on Sunday for the 2 Monday games. I'll do the show early again. So thanks, guys, for watching. Best of luck on the games tomorrow, and we'll see you guys back on the next show. Thanks, guys.